following NHTV production is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers, Forget Me Not Full Service Flower Shop, and North Haven Funeral Home. Hello and welcome to Mike Vanacore Field for a special Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. And tonight, the North Haven Indians square off against the Creed Co-op team. And Trevor, last time we were here, the running game was kind of non-existent for a while. And then towards the end, it might have been a little too late. How does North Haven's running game get going tonight early?
Well, first, don't have 6 turnovers.
I
mean, they did lose by 6 points, but they still had 6 turnovers. That, I know Coach Agnella is one of the best coaches in the state of Connecticut. He'll have them ready to go. We just found out, big news though, their senior captain, Corbin McCora, we didn't know about this, is not playing tonight. So that plays into a factor also. But they have so many weapons, running game specifically on offense, like a Zach Orth, a Devin Brockham, Stephen Irby, Mark Montano you don't want to forget about. Seamus Meehan, all these guys, and I know I'm missing more players, but the run game, if the run game doesn't ever get established, North Haven usually doesn't win football games. If the run game is there and they are dominating inside the trenches, as usual, they usually come out with a win. So I think that's the biggest thing. I think Zach Orth, I think Devin Brockham, I think Mark Montano, guys like I just said, those guys are going to have to be huge, especially with the injury and the absence of their senior leader, Corbin McCora.
Now, on the defensive side of the ball, they have to look at 2 players on this Creed team. One is their quarterback, Wyatt Jackson, and also their gadget man at wide receiver. That would be Kareem Dixon.
Yes.
What do they got to do to contain these 2?
Well, it's funny you said the second name, Kareem Dixon, because he is, my dad coached his father, Kareem Dixon, the father, and now Kareem Dixon's playing here, so it's pretty cool. I can't wait to watch him play. But when you have guys with speed, you can't stop speed. You can only try to contain it. And that's the best advice I can give to this team, because Kareem Dixon, he's going to be in multiple packages. They're going to try to get him in motion. They're going to try to do everything they can. Like you just said, the gadget, back, running back, receiver, even maybe some quarterback. He's going to try to do everything he can. He's one of the most important players for Creed's success. But the guy, Wyatt Jackson, I've talked to people, and this kid is impressive. This kid's only 5'6", though. He's short. But don't be fooled by size, and we'll talk about that in a few too, because there's another guy in North Haven that is very small, but don't underestimate size. Wyatt Jackson is a heck of a football player. His effort is going to be huge tonight, but his legs are going to be the most important tonight for Creed's success, extending plays from the pocket with his feet. If North Haven doesn't contain these 2, could be a long day for the North Haven defense.
Now, you mentioned short guys at 5'6". The person that's going to fill in the shoes for Corbin McCora out with the knee injury is going to be Devin Brockham, who comes into this game 5'6", 150 pounds. You know, that's my size. I'm 5'6", 150 pounds. I never played a down in my life in football. Now, how does this correlate to the running game tonight, where you have the big Zach Orth, you have the multifaceted Mark Montano? Where does Devin Brockham come into this?
Like I just said, don't be fooled by size, because this kid is a tough, hard-nosed runner. He might be 5'6", but he acts like he's 230 pounds and a monster. And you've seen that in the first game. You've seen that in multiple games in the previous year, and even this year against Chesire, the big win last week. Those guys were all huge. They're all hard-nosed, tough, grinding running backs, and they never go backwards. And I always noticed about that with North Haven, especially Zach Orth and Mark Montano. They're always going forward. Maybe even if they're stopped, they're still going forward. And you love to see that you separate the good backs from the great backs, because good backs, they go backwards when they get tackled. Great backs, no matter if they're falling, they're going forward. Devin Brockham, tough, hard-nosed player. Don't be fooled by size, Michael, because he can have a huge impact on tonight's game.
Kickoff in just a minute here. It's Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers, Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop. And North Haven Funeral Home. And we get set for a special edition of Friday Night Football. We're playing this one on Thursday night due to Yom Kippur happening tomorrow. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys as Creed won the toss, but they decided to defer and test this North Haven offense out.
I mean, it's a little questionable, but hey, you know what? I give him a little credit, and let's see how it pays off for Creed.
And here is the kickoff. Line drive kick, couple bounces before it is eventually picked up and returned to the 35. Still up at the 40, to the 45, near midfield, he's brought down there. A great return by Devin Brockamer.
Yeah, he's one of the playmakers for North Haven. Also, we didn't mention Corbin McCarroll, the senior captain, is out for tonight's game with a knee injury after last week's big win over Cheshire. So we're going to have to see how Devin Brockamer, Zach Orth, Mark Montano, and Stephen Irby as well, see how these guys really take over the lead now that their senior captain, one of their senior captains, is out.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Man in motion, and Zach Orth takes it himself, goes through midfield, wide open hole there, and he's broken another tackle, almost another one, and he's brought down. Big gain for Zach Orth. 1st and 10 on the first carry of the night. Zach Orth going for 35 yards there.
I mean, he's a beast. He had a huge game against West Haven, the only other home game that we've done. He's a huge part of this offense, and if he's going and Marky Montano and Devin Brockamer are going, usually the North Haven offense is usually rolling, as you just saw from the great start by Zach Orth.
1st and 10, direct snap, going to the right side, and not getting much yardage there. Mark Montano, who had a little bit of struggling last time we saw them in West Haven, hopefully could kick things around here in their second start at Mike Vanacore Field this season.
And you saw when the game against West Haven, they didn't really have great success running outside the tackles, whereas you've seen like the previous run with Orth, they've been running a heck of a lot better this year than last year, up the middle, the A-gap. They're really doing a great job, but they got to get going with these runs outside the tackle box.
And we have a whistle blown. And Creed is charged with encroachment. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, making it 2nd and 5 for North Haven.
Anytime you can get 3 yards, you'll take it. And the Indians definitely with this running game so far have been successful. They'll take what they can get.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty. Orth hands it off to Brockamer, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A good play there by the Creed defense. First man on that, number 1, Nicholas May, the senior captain, outside linebacker, 5'10", 175.
And that's just a great play overall. Defensive play by the linebacker, scoping that play from the start and really shutting down any positive run for the Indians.
10:30 to go. Direct snap to Montano as he goes to the near side, finds a hole, dekes around, goes around another hole, gets around the block, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. North Haven answers quickly, 6-0.
And that's why Marky Montano is such a great back. His vision, his patience, reading the blocks, great blocking. That was a great offensive play overall by the Indians. And Mark Montano doing what he does best, the vision, the patience, and the Indians are up 6 points. Nice start to the game, I would have to say, wouldn't you say, Michael?
Yes, definitely a great start, as opposed to last week where things didn't go too great for North Haven. They get set for the extra point here. Hold is good. Kick is a line drive, and it is good. So with that, North Haven gets on the board on their first drive. They lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. You're watching a Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers. Forget Me Not, full service flower shop. And North Haven Funeral Home. Mark Montano runs it in from 25 yards out, and we are ahead 7-0. North Haven Indians leading Creed on a Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys, and now the defense will be tested.
And the defense was one of the big surprises last week, being Chesire, the top number 4 team in the state. So they look improved after week 1. Let's see how they go against Creed's offense.
And the return is made by number 6, Tim Fields. Not a lot of yardage there, and they'll start at the 20-yard line. So unlike North Haven, Creed is going to have their backs against the wall here on their first possession.
Well, great job by the special teams with North Haven. Everything's working right now. Well, I can't say everything yet. Defensively hasn't seen anything, but great job staying in your lanes, not over-pursuing. And we're going to have to see how Creed handles this tough field position right now. Always with these North Haven games, you always see a battle of field position. North Haven gets great field position. Creed, not so much. We'll have to see how Creed does with this offensive possession.
Taking the snaps tonight, Wyatt Jackson, the senior captain, fakes a handoff, goes behind his back, looks to throw a pass deep, and this one is incomplete, intended for Stephon McNeil.
He had him beat. Wyatt Jackson had McNeil. He just underthrown, just a little bit underthrown. It was a great fake. I love the play call. Try to catch him off guard with the run fake, and they sold it well. Wyatt Jackson, great job of selling the fake. Just got to make the throw a little underthrown. And the Indians are fortunate right there, because that would have been a huge play and a great start for Creed.
The incomplete makes it 2nd and 10. Just over 10 minutes to go here. North Haven leads 7-0. Man in motion, handoff, and a broken tackle there, but no yards after the contact, and North Haven does a great job stopping the run there. Carrying that one is Thelbert Moy.
A great play by number 43 of the Indians right there. He just sheds the block, gets off the block, and before you even know it, he's already in the backfield, and that's what really started that play and really had Creed in the backfield with the great tribe, as we used to call it, the tribe. Are we still calling it the tribe? We're still calling it the tribe, right?
Yeah.
The tribe? I just got to know. But yes, great play by the North Haven defense. Great start so far, as I'm very impressed as they continue from last week's great win.
So no yards on the carry, 3rd and 10 as Jackson drops back. Blitz coming. Tries to go around the pocket and slides and gets maybe a yard on that play. So a 3 and out here for Creed as they'll be forced to punt, and North Haven getting their second possession and probably with good field position.
And a quarterback of his stature like Wyatt Jackson with the ability to run the football, of extended plays with the feet, great job of North Haven staying home, staying in contain, and really putting Jackson into tough predicaments right there as he had to force the run. And great job by North Haven's defense so far in the first drive.
And we have a penalty on the flag before the snap. And it's going to be illegal procedure against Creed. So this one's going to go back 5 yards. So, again, that's 5 yards going in North Haven's favor. So that just increases their odds of getting better field position on the punt return here.
Yeah, Creed can't be doing this, especially a team like this against North Haven. North Haven will pick you apart with penalties, turnovers, with the type of offense they have. So not the start Creed wanted right now. And offense for North Haven specifically is the start you wanted to see.
The punt is down just in front of the 35-yard line. So North Haven getting great field position there on a not-so-great punt for Creed. And North Haven only 36 yards to get themselves 14-0 lead here.
Yeah, their backs are against the wall right now. Bad field position. Well, good field position for North Haven. Creed giving up the long drive or short drive last drive. So let's see how the Indians do. The running game was there. Mark Montano looked good. Zach Orth, I expect to see continuance of that dominance right now.
And Orth, who gets the carry there for 5 yards on first down. Continuing the clock here as we approach just over 8.5 minutes in the first quarter. North Haven leading 7-0 on a touchdown run by Mike Montano on their sole possession of this game. Mark Montano, I'm sorry. Mark Montano. Mike Montano, who had a great career here with the North Haven Indians. Mark trying to follow suit here. already has a touchdown tonight. So 2nd and 7 is the official down and distance. And Brockamer gets a nice carry there. He moves the chains on a nice 2nd down carry, moving that one for the 1st down to the 25-yard line.
I'm telling you, the misdirection, it always confuses defenses. You never know, especially with this offense, you never know who's going to get the ball. And it just showed right there. You look like Zach Orth. Great job of selling the fake and giving the handoff as well. That's just a great play. Great blocking. Creed really has their backs against the wall right now, and North Haven is just finding their holes, picking them apart right now so far throughout this game.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And right before the snap, another flag is thrown. That's the 3rd penalty so far in this young first quarter. Let's see what the penalty is here. And this one looks like it's going against North Haven on an illegal procedure. So that's 5 yards against North Haven.
And we saw that the last home game. A lot of penalties, a lot of sloppy play. That's North Haven needs to correct these fixable issues. They cannot have the continuance of these penalties, these turnovers. It's only 5 yards. We'll see how it turns out for the Indians.
Orth gets the yards back and then some. Nice carry there for about 15 or 10 yards, making it a manageable down and distance here.
I would love to have him on my team. He's just a tough, hard-nosed runner. I love the way he runs. Even his vision, he's got speed too. Nobody really thought, but he's got the speed. He's got the power, but the speed is there as well. Zach Orth is one heck of a running back.
So it'll be officially 2nd and 7 here at the 22-yard line. Direct snap and a handoff to Brockamer. Has a good hole there, and he's got another 1st down. Brockamer having a nice day so far in the running game, moving the chains a couple times in this possession alone.
And that's once again the counter, the misdirection. Devin Brockamer seems to be the favorite when it comes to making that play right there. Devin Brockamer, he's another one of these guys. Tough, hard-nosed runner, very quick. I like what I'm seeing so far from this North Haven Indians, especially from the previous home game against West Haven. They're looking a lot much more improved from 3 weeks ago.
1st and 10. Man in motion. Orth takes it himself, goes between the tackles, gets to the 5-yard line, and a nice run there by Zach Orth, and they are just piling it on Creed here between the tackles.
Yeah, did I just say they've had the most success so far throughout this season with running in the A-gap, and that's what's happening. You saw that against West Haven. They were picking them apart. Now it's happening to Creed. Continue it. Continue to do it until they can stop it.
Brockamer coming back into the game, coming in for Alex Shaburo. Orth is behind center, and to his left is Montana, who gets the snap, looks to pass. The pass is incomplete, out of the hands of Brockamer. That would have been a touchdown.
He had him in the flat. Perfect. All he has to do is just deliver a little overthrown right there. Just set your feet. You have the throw. You have the man in the end zone. Nobody was near him. Would have been an easy 6 right there for the Indians. Just settle down for Mark Montano. Set your feet. Make the throw.
So the clock stops there after the incompletion. 6:06 to go here in the first quarter. North Haven leading 7-0, but threatening to score again here midway through the first quarter. 3rd and 2, Zach Orth behind center. Orth going around the tackles, goes for the pylon. Is he inbounds? No, he's not. He's just short. He steps out of bounds, but we do have a flag on the play right behind the 5-yard line. Not sure what it was. I just missed the referee call on that. I believe it was holding.
It was on North Haven as well.
I believe that was a holding against North Haven. So this one's going to be back 5 yards.
And another penalty. Another penalty for the Indians as well. But it looked like I thought Zach Orth got in the end zone. It doesn't matter. The play is canceled out with the flag right now. Holding call, as you predicted. You must be knowing the future or something. That was a nice call.
I tried.
But yeah, the Indians are just having their way so far. The only thing that's killing them right now is the penalties.
So with that, instead of it being 1st and goal from the half-yard line, it is now 3rd and long from the 16-yard line. Man in motion. Orth hands it off to Montano. Montano looking to throw, but instead takes the carry, and he'll be brought down well short of the 1st down marker, and another flag on the play.
It's a flag day. It seems like it's a flag day. What is that, 5 or 6 penalties so far? But great decision of Marky Montano's part of keeping the ball, not seeing anybody open, and just being the runner that he is, and following his blocks. And I think it was on Creed as well.
That was a face mask penalty on Creed. And if that's the case, that's going to be an automatic first down.
And it also, I mean, yeah, it takes them out of field goal range. I mean, the Indians in a 4th down, Creed has a win-win after the penalty from North Haven. And then they shoot themselves right back in the foot with the face mask.
Yep, it's officially a face mask against Creed. I guess on the tackle on Montano, someone grabbed the face mask. Therefore, it will be 1st and goal from just ahead of the 5-yard line here.
That's a tough one for Creed. They look like they could get hold of them to maybe a field goal, make it 10-0, get back on offense. And that's just a killer. That's a tough one to swallow right there. See what the Indians do after the big penalty from Creed.
Orth again behind center. Some motion at the line, but no penalty called. Orth takes it himself, trying to get to the goal line, but he will be in there for the touchdown.
Yeah, you didn't know where he was. He came out of nowhere, the little guy. But great running. I mean, that was, once again, the 5-hole. Following his center, his guards, great blocking. That you just got to give him right there. That's just great offensive line domination so far this game. And Zach Orth being the great runner that he is, following his blocks, getting into the end zone, extending this North Haven lead.
So with that, North Haven leads 13-0 as we await for the extra point here. The kick is up, and that one is good. So with that, North Haven doubles their lead. They now lead 14-0. You're watching a very special edition of Thursday Night Football on NHTV. Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers. Forget Me Not, full service flower shop. And North Haven Funeral Home. .534 to go here in the first quarter. North Haven leads 14-0. Zach Orth with a touchdown run from 3 yards out to make it a 14-0 game. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys as you're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV. Of course, it's on Thursday this week because of the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur being observed on Friday this year. The kickoff goes out of bounds here, so yet another penalty here.
It's a trend.
I'm pretty sure the grass...
Hashtag Flag Day.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the grass is going to be filled with yellow hankies by the end of this game.
Well, that's just another silly penalty right there. You're 14-0. You're taking complete control of this game, and you just give that. You give a kick out of bounds, and you give Creed good field position. So that helps out Creed. Silly mistakes by the North Haven special teams on this part. Well, it looked like the fans before we even got the fans look like they're excited from this so far with this start.
So far, so good. I mean, the North Haven crowd is always good, regardless of how close or big the lead is. So, 1st and 10, 5:34 to go here in the first quarter. Creed trying to get back into this game as they trail 14-0.
This is a big drive for Creed.
Man in motion. Jackson looks to throw. The pass incomplete out of the chest of Legion White.
Surprisingly, that's a tough throw that he just made. That's a tight window right there. There were defenders all around that play, but somehow he got it in there. Just got to make the play right there on the receiver's part. It was a great throw. Could have been a first down for Creed, and they really could have started getting things going.
You know, I'm looking at the roster here for Creed, and it amazes me. Wyatt Jackson is listed here as 5'6", 130 pounds. When I was in high school, I was 5'6", and I weighed 150.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just
I was 5'8", 195. I was a big boy.
Second down as Jackson carries it himself, tries to get to the first down marker, but Mark Montano doing a great job pushing him out just shy. An 8-yard run for Wyatt Jackson there, the 5'6", 130-pound quarterback.
5'6". Wow, I didn't even know that. But he great decision making right there on Wyatt Jackson, using his speed to get outside. Solid play right there. That's a great start. I mean, it's second down. It's a more manageable third down now for Creed. So it's a great play overall by Wyatt Jackson.
Stop clocked at 5:22. 3rd and 2. Jackson handing it off and stuffed right there by the Tribe's defensive line. A great job there on 3rd down. And again, Creed forced a punt there.
Yeah, the penetration for North Haven defensive line was just too much. They were inside before the ball even got snapped to the backfield right there. That's just a great job defensively and defensive line. And Coach Agnello takes a lot of pride in his line because he was a defensive line coach. He was a defensive lineman, and he's a line coach, so he takes a lot of pride in his defense and offensive lines. So great start right there by the North Haven defense again.
This punt is angled and will be down at the 29-yard line. So decent field position there for North Haven as they get set for their 3rd possession of this game, already scoring touchdowns on their previous 2. The first one from Mark Montano, the second one from Zach Orth.
I don't think field position right now, so far throughout this game, field position isn't going to matter. North Haven is having their way, whether it's passing the ball. Well, they haven't really passed the ball. It's been all runs. I believe they tried to attempt one pass, and it ended up being a Mark Montano a run. So they're just having their way in the running game right now. And we have to see how Creed responds to this with this early deficit right now.
1st and 10. Orth spins, goes up the middle, and gets to the 27, 28-yard line there, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Another solid 5. If you could get 4 to 5 yards a play, especially with this running game, you will take it. And Zach Orth is right now the unquestioned dominant back right now in this game, and he's having his way with this Creed defense as well. But great play by the linebacker of really not making that a huge play for the Indians.
Orth fakes a handoff and eventually hands it off to Alex Shaburo, who crosses the 40-yard line there and just short of the 1st down marker. So it'll be a 3rd and short here. Great field position for North Haven here, just at the 41-yard line. Oh. And another flag on the play.
Can't forget, man. You gotta stay with it. It's flag day, I'm telling you. But that was a great play by Creed. That North Haven's had success with the misdirection, so great job of bouncing outside and having his Creed defenders around to make the play. But it doesn't matter. It's another flag on the Indians.
Yep, that's going to be a holding penalty against North Haven, so 10 yards. So instead of it being 3rd and 1, it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 31-yard line. So that's a huge difference there. That's, one play and you got yourself towards midfield, or now 2nd and long, so you might be seeing a passing play in one of these next 2 downs.
And especially with North Haven, they are known as a running team, so they don't like to be put in these long 2nd and 12, 2nd and 10 just plays right here because they are known as a running the ball football team. So that's why they don't like these kind of situations. We'll see what they do after the timeout as well.
Timeout called by North Haven. We'll take a timeout here too. Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
Coming out of the North Haven timeout here, 14-0 the Indians lead against the Creed Co-op team, which also features students from Hill Regional, Career Magnet, and Whitney schools.
This used to be Hyde, by the way.
This used to be Hyde.
Hyde.
Okay, thank you for
I found that out. I found that out as well from some people. I did not know that, so I got your back.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And here is Seamus Meehan passing that, completed to the 41-yard line. The pass going to number 43, Vincent De Palma. So this one's going to be close to the first down, but now instead of a 3rd and long, it will be 3rd and at least manageable here on a nice screen pass to De Palma.
Well, it wasn't really a screen pass. He was Seamus Meehan. I was very impressed with his last game against West Haven. It looked very good, looked composed, great arm strength, but that was a good decision right there. Good decision making. He was looking long at first, went down to the check down, and got some positive yards on that. So nice play by Seamus Meehan.
Orth takes the direct snaps, got the first down, a little extra, cross midfield to the 45, brought down to the 43-yard line, and the offensive line, I got to really give credit to them. The offensive line doing a great job bringing holes for this running game so far in between the tackles.
Just ask Ezekiel Elliott and then ask a Paul Perkins or Orleans Darkwall, and they'll tell you how valuable offensive lines are in any type of football, college, the NFL. If you don't have an offensive line, your running game is going to be non-existent. And North Haven's line is dominating right now, and you're seeing that with these huge chunks of runs, especially by Zach Orth.
Meehan rolls out to the left, trying to find some room, gets to the line of scrimmage and just stepping out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So getting something out of nothing there on first down.
Well, I'm liking the decision-making. It's a smart decision. Is that another flag? Oh,
yeah, another flag on the play.
But I was just going to say, the 2 times I've seen Seamus Meehan in as quarterback, I've liked his decision-making. First play, he throws to the check down, gets positive yards, and then this one, he just decides to run it. Didn't see the guy open. He looked at his corner route, didn't see anybody open, and he decides to keep it and get some positive yards.
They have waved the flag, so no penalty there, and it looked like it was going to be against North Haven.
I was hoping for flag. They're just having a field day with this, aren't they?
They love their flags here tonight at Mike Vanacore Field.
Seriously.
So no penalty there. It will be officially 2nd and 8. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. North Haven leading 14-0 after a couple rushing touchdowns. The first one from Mark Montano. The second one from Zach Orth, who sits behind center with Seamus Meehan to his left. Meehan gets the snap, gets in trouble, but does dump it out in time before getting hit. But a quick hit there as Devin Brockmer goes to the ground quick. Hitting him is number 7, Kareem Dixon.
And the Creed probably thought, oh my God, we got by. I remember as a defensive line, I used to always get excited when I saw a screenplay because I thought I was going to be so close, but that's why it's called a screenplay to let you in. But great play by Creed right there. 42, he's having a heck of a game so far for Creed. Really scoping that out from the start and really getting nothing for the Indians on a screenplay, catching them off guard. It didn't fool them.
No huddles. Meehan throwing this one deep and thrown intended for Mark Montano is overthrown. So North Haven will be forced to punt here after a great start to the drive. They go nowhere in 3 straight plays.
Well, that's a huge bonus for Creed right there. You should be happy. You should be proud of yourselves right there. That was a great effort right there. And you get the ball back. I mean, Seamus Meehan looked impressive. Nice throw. He looks comfortable in the pocket. Just a little overthrown. He has a strong arm, as we can see. But it's a win for Creed. They're going to get the ball back. Maybe heading into the second quarter, down only 2 scores right now, which could be probably a lot more with the way North Haven was playing offensively.
So the punt will be from the 46-yard line, and that's a high punt. Eventually caught at the 6-yard line, and great special teams coverage there by North Haven, and he goes nowhere on the return.
That's just great job, staying in your lanes. A guy like Kareem Dixon, I've heard about him. My dad coached his father at West Haven back in the day, so we know Kareem Dixon. Heck of a football player. He's a speedster. Great job by the North Haven Indians right there of staying in their lanes and staying in containment for a guy that's so quick and agile, versatile and agile. Great job right there by the Indian special team. So everything is working so far from the Indians. I'm quite impressed so far with the special teams, the defensive line, and the offensive line and the running game right now. So great start for the Indians in this first quarter.
So 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter as North Haven leads 14-0. Creed starting from the 6-yard line here. Wyatt Jackson gets the snap, hands it off to the man in motion, and he gets a few yards and gets dropped at the 12-yard line. So a gain of 6 yards there by number 21, Thelbert Moy.
It's your basic jet sweep play right there. And just nice job at North Haven staying home, not getting fooled by the motion. So it's just, I mean, like I just said, they look very impressive right now. Creed's really just trying to establish something right now. They haven't had any success with the run game, the passing game. They're trying to do anything they can to confuse this North Haven defense, and North Haven is not getting fooled right now. So great job by Coach Velarde as well.
2nd and 5. Just under 2 minutes to go, another man in motion. Ball almost on the ground there. Handoff goes to number 11, Rashad Jackson. The ball is loose and picked up, and it's on the ground again. And it goes in the end zone, recovered by Creed. So just like that, it looked like North Haven was going to get another touchdown, but instead Creed recovers the second fumble and it should be a touchback. Now, referees are going to discuss this, though.
Yeah, this was a crazy play. Great play by the North Haven defense, causing a turnover, looking like they're about to go in. 3 scores end of the first quarter, but a great effort right there by Creed as well. Didn't give up on the play. You got to give him credit for that. And now Creed gets the ball back. All of that to get back at the 20-yard line. How about that?
Yep, it is officially a touchback, so Creed gets a fresh set of downs on that, too.
Talk about a crazy play.
The original fumble recovery by number 13, Nick Dodge, who eventually fumbled it, and then it was recovered by, I believe it was number 10, Wyatt Jackson, the quarterback, sticking on that play there. So with 1:38 to go in the first quarter, North Haven still leading 14-0, and both teams now committing a turnover. Technically, although it really negates each other.
Yeah, it negates each other.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 3 wide receivers from the far side, 1 on the near side. Jackson has a running back to his right. Jackson hands it off to that running back, hits a lineman, and he's brought straight down. That was Rashad Jackson with a gain of 1 on the play.
And if you really saw it, the play was really stopped and stuffed by number 43, the defensive end, who made a heck of a play. Put his lineman all the way, pushed him all the way into the backfield. As you saw the running back bounce off of that great job on the defense. And that's why he got only 1 yard right there. So North Haven's defensive line so far really, really taking control in the trenches so far.
That was Vincent DePalma you were talking about there, number 43. So 2nd and 9 on the 1-yard carry from Rashad Jackson. Man in motion. Handoff to that man in motion. And this time they're stopped, but he breaks a couple tackles and gets to the 24. Ball's on the ground. There's a pileup on the ball. Let's see who's got it. North Haven's got it.
Just like that. Another turnover. Kareem Dixon, the speedster of Creed right there. Looked like he could have got through. It looked like he got somehow through that tough hole right there. It looked like North Haven shut him down, but great effort. But then North Haven, great play right there. Needs a turnover. They get the ball back. So the Indians trying to go in to extend the possible lead of maybe 3 scores by the end of the first quarter. So definitely not the start Creed wanted offensively and defensively and special teams wise.
Kareem Dixon, the man that fumbled that ball, eventually picked up by the North Haven Indians defense. 1st and 10. Just behind the 20-yard line. Direct snap to Orth. Hand off to Brockmer. Another handoff. This one's on the ground. Eventually, Brockmer diving on it. So, little miscommunication there between Devin Brockmer and Mark Montano. Luckily, Brockmer ahead of the play and getting on that ball before, again, another turnover.
Yeah, lucky right there, as we just saw the fans right there with the sign. But yes, luckily, North Haven recovers right there. Try to catch him with the double miss counter right there. But great heads-up play by Devin Brockmer to not lose the ball and give it back to Creed.
A loss of 4 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 14. This should be the last play of the quarter. Orth goes between the tackles, gets around a couple tacklers, and is brought down just inside the 10-yard line. A great run there by Zach Orth, and that's going to end the first quarter with North Haven having a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Zach Orth is just having his day. Wherever it goes, he's going to go, and he's having success so far throughout this game. They have to find a solution to try to contain and minimize the rushing attack of the North Haven Indians, specifically Zach Orth, because they are having their way right now throughout the first quarter.
So after the end of 1 quarter, 12 minutes, North Haven leads 14-0. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
We get set for the second quarter of action here. North Haven leads 14-0 over the Creed co-op team, which also features Hill Regional, Career Magnet, and Whitney, formerly known as Hyde. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. And Trevor, a very impressive first quarter on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Don't
for
forget
the Indians.
special teams as well.
Special teams doing a great job as well. Really no return so far for Kareem Dixon, who is known to make noise on the return game, and North Haven doing a great job on special teams with that.
Yeah, if North Haven is winning in the trenches, they're usually winning the games and having success with this run game. And you have seen by the scoreboard that North Haven is completely dominating. It should be probably more right now, but North Haven is dominating in the trenches, both defensive and offensive lines. Huge success right now, and great job. Tony Sagnella has probably got to be pleased with the start of his team so far.
1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Mark Montano gets the carry around, trying to get to the tackles. He actually makes something out of nothing and almost gets to the pylon. He's still pushing and is brought down at the 2-yard line. So a great run there by Mark Montano, inching closer and closer to another touchdown for the Indians.
Yeah, that's just a combination of a great effort right there, tough, hard-nosed runner of Marky Montano, and just a bad tackling right there. Creed has him in the backfield. Looks like they're not going to have another successful play on the edges. And Marky Montano, that's just pure effort right there and bad tackling on Creed's part.
2nd and goal from the 2. Direct snap to Orth. Does he get in the end zone? Yes, he... Let's see where they... I don't know where they... Did they mark it? Yes, they did. Touchdown.
Late reaction.
I'm waiting for the signal. I didn't see a signal from the officials yet. It looked like he was in, but I didn't see no reaction from the team, no reaction from the officials. So I wasn't sure if he got stuffed at the line or not.
We were all confused. I didn't know either. But yeah, Zach Orth once again 5-hole. It seems like the bread and butter of this team is 48. It's called a play called 48, but the play 45 has had the most success so far throughout this season, and it just shows Zach Orth once again piling on 21-0 the Indians as well.
So just like that, the extra point is good, and North Haven has now tripled their lead. They now lead 21-0.
The success continues so far with this run game.
You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
$21-0 North Haven leads Creed on a Thursday night here at Mike Vanacore Field. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. A 3-yard touchdown run by Zach Orth, his second of the night. Second in as many scoring drives for North Haven as well. So Zach Orth having himself a game. Here's the kickoff. And this one is a short one, will be returned at the 25-yard line, getting about 5 yards before he's dropped there. So again, North Haven doing a good job on special teams, limiting the return yards and keeping the field possession, or the start of field possession, in North Haven's favor.
Yeah, that's great coaching right there. Staying in your lanes. I know that with the big win last week, you know these coaches, they don't want these players to get all high and mighty. You got a team like Creed, the competition not as great as a Chesire or the SEC, but still, you know these coaches had them ready. Great job staying in your lanes and not over pursuing on the play. And you've seen that so far from the Indian special teams. They're having a complete game so far throughout this first and start of the second quarter as well.
1st and 10 is a run to the far side, gets to the 35 and eventually dropped at the 37-yard line. So a good run there of about 5 yards on first down. So second and manageable for Creed.
Hey, if you're moving forward, you're getting something. It's positive. That's a positive. You'll take whatever you can get, 2 or 3 yards. That's fine. Make it a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, more manageable. or 2nd and 5 right now, it's more manageable for Creed right now. So that's what you want to see from them. You want to continue to see them get chunks of 4 to 5 yards of carry like North Haven has been doing throughout this game so far.
2nd down, another run to the far side. First man there to make contact is Zach Orth, and a couple other Indians join him, and it's only a gain of 2 yards on 2nd down.
He's been doing it all, I would have to say, tonight. Offensively, he's carrying the load right now, and defensively, he's just doing his thing, being the senior leader, linebacker, being that he is a great football player. Great job right there from the start and seeing where that ball was going, and you could tell right there that he stuffed that play from the start.
3rd and 3. Again, shotgun formation here. Jackson gets the snap. Run up the middle, and he does have enough for the first down as they mark him about a yard ahead of the first down.
That's your basic zone read play right there. Just hand the ball off and see if you could get 2 to 3 yards. And a good play by Creed right there. Great job offensively with the line right there, pushing back North Haven and getting the first down. Maybe, hey, this is what they need. They need something like this, a little mojo right now. A little play like this can really jumpstart this offense. And so right now, they're moving on the Indians right now. The Indians can't lay back right now. You're up 21-0. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing the pedal to the metal. Put the nail in the coffin. Don't let this team get back into the game.
Just over 9.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 for Creed. Snap. Jackson drops back. Looks to throw this one deep. He's got a good airtime on this throw, and it's intercepted. What a throw there, or excuse me, what an interception there by Mark Montano, but we do have a flag on the play, and judging by the reaction of Montano, it looks like they're going to call him for pushing off.
Mike, I just saw this play, and I thought this is a horrible call. I did not see any sort of holding. I really think these refs are now it's getting to the point where I think these refs are starting to take over the game. Let the kids play. It was a great play by Marky Montano of being the safety that he is, the center fielder of the North Haven Indians, and making a heck of a play right there. But of course, the referees with the game that this has been going so far, it's Flag Day. It's hashtag Flag Day, and they continue. And it helps out Creed with the big penalty as well.
I mean, it also helps that North Haven wasn't charged with pass interference, only a holding call, so it's only a 5-yard penalty. I mean, still, it's bad that it was a penalty called against North Haven, but you rather take the penalty of holding versus the penalty of a pass interference.
But the momentum of the game can drastically change with a play like that. I mean, you get the ball, you get a turnover. Creed's already down 21-0 with the way North Haven's offense been going so far. Probably make it 4 scores. Now with this penalty, it really helps Creed right there, and this can jumpstart them as well with the big first down they had earlier previous to the drive, or in this drive, and now with the penalty, could really start the Creed offense getting going.
So with that, the ball crosses midfield, handoff on first down. No, he fakes the handoff, and diving to the 40-yard line is the quarterback, Wyatt Jackson. Doing a good job there of misdirection as he got everybody, including myself, fooled on that one.
I mean, on a play like that, it's called a zone read. Quarterback reads the defensive end. If he's coming down the line too far, quarterback keeps the ball. If the defensive end stays at home, then the quarterback hands it off to the running back. I love that play. It's a great decision making, but right there by Wyatt Jackson, and get another first down, I believe, for the Creed as well.
A couple yards short.
Oh, a couple yards short, but still, it's positive yards. So great decision making right there on Wyatt Jackson's part.
So it's a 7-yard run for Jackson. 2nd and 3 at the 40. Looks to do a screen pass there, and it's incomplete. Little extra hitting going on afterwards as Dixon falls to the ground.
Yeah, just a little overthrown right there. It was your basic bubble screen play right there. It was just a little overthrown. Looked like North Haven had it blocked right there and had it stopped. And even if Kareem Dixon, I almost said Kareem Hunt because I have him on fantasy and I'm loving him right now. But still, if Kareem Dixon makes that catch, North Haven probably stuffs him right there at the line.
3rd and 3 from the 40-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the near side. High snap. Jackson takes it himself. He's got the first down and dives to the 35-yard line. So again, the zone read play that you've been talking about here with Wyatt Jackson doing a great job, and this time moving the chains.
That was a little tougher than the previous zone read play, just because I think North Haven, the defensive end, stayed at home. It seemed like they had that covered. Just a great effort and the athleticism of Wyatt Jackson to really get that going. and the first down, as you could tell, just the speed and the vision. And that's what you could just see with the first down right there. So Wyatt Jackson, I'm very impressed with the way he's playing. He's trying to do everything he can to get his team back in this game, and you're seeing it with this drive so far.
1st and 10 from the 35. Dixon in motion. Wyatt Jackson takes it himself, goes up the middle, and a nice run there, again moving the chains. Another run by Wyatt Jackson, moving the chains, and Creed is starting to make some noise here.
Yeah, I mean, the penalty helps. The first down of the drive, and I think the game, and it looks like the Indians want to take a timeout because Coach Velarde is not a happy camper right now. Wyatt Jackson is running on these Indians right now and having a successful drive so far.
North Haven calls their second timeout. We'll take a timeout here too. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
$21-0 out of the timeout here. North Haven leads. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. Thursday Night Football on NHTV. Creed looking to score and get on the board here, and it almost didn't happen as Wyatt Jackson did throw an interception to Mark Montano, but then it was negated after a penalty called against North Haven.
And Wyatt Jackson's taking advantage of it and being the leader that he is of this Creed team right now, this young Creed team. He's doing a heck of a job in this drive specifically with his vision, his decision-making, and his athleticism. As you can see right now, they are driving, and they might be looking like they're going to go in and score.
The pass to Dixon, incomplete. A low snap to Jackson beforehand, and a play that, I mean, Dixon was open, but apparently Jackson not getting the throw there.
Just too strong of a throw right there, overthrown right there. He had his man in the corner of the end zone. That was your basic corner route right there. So, great throw on the part of Wyatt Jackson, just a bit out over the head.
We have seen a couple of overthrown passes here by Wyatt Jackson. He definitely has the arm, but again, as I mentioned earlier tonight, he's 5'6", and something that
I wish I could throw like him.
A lot of scouts do bring up in quarterbacks is height, and if you're short and you have to throw over a line like that, I'll finish my spot there.
Yep, go ahead.
Hand off there to number 11. That is Rashad Jackson, and doing a nice run there, getting inside the 10-yard line. But I just want to finish my point here.
Yep.
You know, they always mention, in at least the pros, about having a short quarterback is a disadvantage. You've been on the field. Take us through a quarterback, the difference in, let's say, a 5'10" quarterback versus a 5'6" quarterback in high school.
In high school, a 5'10", I mean, throwing the football, it depends on the offense. That's the thing. And in this type of offense, you would like to ideally have a quarterback that's about 6 feet who can throw the ball. You're running the spread. But with a quarterback of his stature of being able to run the football, he's quick, he's got the vision. That's not as bad as having a guy that's 5'10" and just a pocket passer quarterback. It's just really based off of what kind of offense you've been running. And that's how I feel personally. And we all know the name that always comes up when we talk about quarterbacks that are small is Russell Wilson. It's always, but he does his thing. He extends plays with his feet, and he does it like no other quarterback's ever done, other than probably Michael Vick. And you've been seeing that with Wyatt Jackson, so it's had success so far. I don't think size should matter when it comes to quarterbacks. Do you feel that way? Personally, if you had to say, you would ideally probably want a quarterback that's like 6'3", 6'4", right?
Whoever can throw the ball to the receivers, that's what I say. I don't care about height. As long as you can get it to the receivers, I don't care if you're 4'1" or 7'2".
Yeah.
Just get the ball to the receivers. We're at 3rd and 1 here, or 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. A couple of carries as Trevor was making his point there. 21-0. Creed looking to get on the board here. Jackson hands it off. Touchdown, Creed.
And that's, I mean, right there, the big first down and then the big penalty, and Creed right back in it, 21-6, just like that. I mean, why that's the leadership, the decision making of Wyatt Jackson, a huge part of this drive, and North Haven kind of shying away from how they were in the first quarter in the previous drive as well. Very unusual. You're up 21-0, can't get conservative. That's the problem. A lot of these teams tend to do that, and even teams in college and pros tend to get really conservative when they're up big. You got to put the nail in the coffin, and the Indians just gave up an easy drive right there, let alone, let's not forget about the big penalty right there, which would have been a turnover for the Indians and really could have opened up the floodgates for this team. But Creed capitalizes on the penalty, and they're right back in the game with this touchdown. So great job of Wyatt Jackson and Creed offensively as a whole.
So a pass interference, or excuse me, a holding call against North Haven negates a interception. North Haven now allows a touchdown, making it 21-6. The extra point coming up momentarily as Creed called the timeout. Thank you for watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV here. My name is Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys as we await the extra point from Creed as they get into the end zone on a 2-yard run by Rashad Jackson. Jackson gets the hold. Kick is high, but good enough to go through the uprights. So with that, it is now a 21-7 game. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
.6:01 to go here in the second quarter. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys as North Haven allows their first touchdown of the night, a 3-yard touchdown run from Rashad Jackson. Almost didn't happen as Mark Montano had an interception, but then eventually was called back after a holding penalty against North Haven. Here's the return from the 15-yard line to the 25, 30, 35. Breaking a tackle, he's brought down at the 35-yard line. A nice return there by Devin Brockamer.
Great field position again for North Haven. Let's see how the defense had a struggling drive right there against Creed as Creed kind of established some sort of running game with Wyatt Jackson, and they really got it going with the penalty and the first down of that game. So they have the confidence going. North Haven has to just continue to do what they've been doing best throughout the years of North Haven. Continue to do what you do best. Run the football, smash mouth football. I expect that from this upcoming drive as well.
1st and 10, just under 6 minutes to go from the 35-yard line. Snap goes to Orth and then handed off there to Brockamer. Gets around a couple tacklers, bowls over another, cross midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A nice run there from Devin Brockamer.
I mean, you look at a kid like that, you're going to be like, oh, he's not going to be a tough runner because of his size. Trust me, Devin Brockamer is one tough player right there. And you saw with that run, he doesn't shy away from contact. He'll go at and smash it in the mouth. And you got to love a running back that does that. You got to love a running back that has the versatility, the elusiveness, the vision, but you also got to love a guy that just will smash you in the mouth, and that's what you just saw by Devin Brockamer. Don't be fooled by his size, Michael.
Mark Montano gets the direct snap, gets around, and dropped at the 46-yard line, 46-yard line there. And you were talking about Devin Brockamer's size.
Yeah.
He's listed at 5'6", 150, which was my high school size, and I never played a down in my life. Never played it down in my life.
Hey, it's okay.
But
some people are made out to be.
Back when I was in high school, I graduated in 06.
Seems like an eternity ago.
It does seem like an eternity, but I
think they just had another flag.
Another flag, this one against North Haven for illegal procedure, going back 5 yards. But to my point here, in 2006, a lot of the kids I went to school with that played football, had at least 10, 20 pounds of muscle on me and maybe at least 3-4 inches.
Yeah.
So a 5'6", 150 pounder was not playing starting running back on a North Haven Indians team. Whereas, as you see here, another flag on the play.
Hashtag Flag Day.
It's getting ridiculous with these flags right now, but if they seem like there are penalties that need to be called, they call them.
Yeah, but there comes a point where you're like, okay, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to like be involved in this game? Like you're here to just make this game even, but don't take over the game. And you know that. We all don't like when refs take over games. We watch Giant games. We watch NFL games. And we watch referees take over games. And what do we do? What do we say? Oh, they got to do it. Yeah, they have to. But you know some of the calls don't need to be called. Holding calls, like the offensive holdings, those happen every play. Let the kids play. Don't take over the game.
This penalty, I'm pretty sure, has to be called, though. It is a blow to the head penalty. So with that, North Haven moves inside the 35-yard line, and it will be a first down as Creed commits the penalty. And that's a big penalty there. So now North Haven looks to answer back from the touchdown that they just gave up. Seamus Meehan comes into the game. Sheehan Meehan, yeah. Mark Montano gets around. He's going to score easily. Touchdown, Indians. What a run there by Mark Montano. And just like that, North Haven answers back.
And that's the vision. And that's just pure speed. And you saw him break away from the defenders, see the hole, follow his blocks. Once he saw that hole, patience he's the patience that it must run in the Montano family, because both of those running backs had great patience. And you saw with that play the great patience, the vision. Once he saw that hole, gone. Pure speed, blown away from the defender, as you can see. And the Indians right back, as we assumed, to score another touchdown.
The extra point from DeCarlo is good, and just like that, North Haven leads 28-7 late in the second quarter. You're watching a special edition of Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop. And North Haven Funeral Home. (28-7) the score as North Haven scores another touchdown. 37 yards from Mark Montano on the run. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. And, I mean, the running game really looking good. I mean, this is a tale of two games here from the last time we saw this team against West Haven. Another kick. Is this one? No, this one's actually going to stay in bounds. Gets around to the sideline and eventually brought down at the 28-yard line. A decent return there from Kareem Dixon.
But I'm surprised Kareem Dixon did let that ball, that he kept the ball in bounds. I mean, it looked like that ball was going out of bounds. He probably would have had better field position to start. But, yeah, like you said, the passing game has been almost non-existent for North Haven so far in this game. And that's saying a lot because they are up 28-7. How many passes have we seen? 1 or 2 passes maybe thrown, or 3 at most? They are completely controlling the line of scrimmage right now, and you're seeing it by the score, and you're seeing the wear and tear on Creed already.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line is officially the marker. Jackson in trouble. Has the tribe around him, trying to get around them. He breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and he's eventually brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A nice play there by the tribe, and that's what they call a coverage sack.
Well, it looked like Wyatt Jackson was somehow going to get away from this sack. It's amazing. There was about 4 or 5 defenders. Is there another flag?
There is another flag. I don't know what.
Oh, my. I'm telling you, there comes a point when you start asking, what's going on? Why are we doing this?
It's a personal foul, face mask penalty, I guess, as Jackson was going to the ground. The Indians grabbed the face mask, and therefore it's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
But, yeah, back to that play. Wyatt Jackson somehow, I think, got close to the line of scrimmage, but that was a sack, maybe 6 or 7 yards in the backfield, and you thought he was realistically going to get out of that and possibly get some positive yards on that. That's just a great effort by Wyatt Jackson, but a better job by the North Haven defensive line, and they are really taking control of this game. As you can see, that it seems like Creed is starting to wear down right now because I think you had every defensive lineman in the backfield for that play.
So instead of instead of 2nd and long, it's now 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson looks to throw. He's got time and does dump it to the 50-yard line. 1st down, Dixon slides to the 40-yard line as he's hit to the ground there by Mark Montano.
I mean, if the offensive line of Creed can continue to just keep Wyatt Jackson up, he'll make the throws. And you saw right there, great effort by Kareem Dixon again, getting away, separating from his defender, the basic crossing route. I love that route. I think that's the best type of play, especially with a player with speed. Always get your players out into space with short little passes like that and use their greatest strength, which is the speed, and a great effort. And Creed looks like they possibly might be going in to score again. They looking very successful.
Ball's on the ground and diving on it quickly are the Indians.
Just when I said something, I thought the Creed was going to go in and possibly make this a two-possession game. They had great success last drive. They were having success there. And what did I do? As I spoke, they get the fumble.
Vincent De Palma picks up the ball as the snap was at the feet of Wyatt Jackson. Do not pick it up in time. And North Haven getting the turnover there. That is their 3rd turnover of this game. They had a fumble, which they gave right back on the same play.
Yep.
They had another fumble about a few plays later, and then that one there. So 3 fumble recoveries so far for the North Haven Indians tonight.
And that's just a basic miscommunication between the quarterback and the running back right there.
1st down carry goes to the 50-yard line. Devin Brockham, the carrier there.
The misdirection. It looked like the Indians haven't been running that play as much, but they kind of got away from it. They've been running a lot of the 5-hole, incorporating a lot of Seamus Meehan as well in the game. I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Indians. They're trying to really be diverse and really get as many weapons, because they do have a lot of weapons on this team, and they are missing one of their big weapons in Corbin Bacora, but it hasn't shown any effect on this game so far.
2nd and 6, some movement at the line. And I believe this one's going to be called against North Haven for illegal procedure.
And once again,
another flag.
Another flag comes up, but that was an easy flag. That's a flag that. But North Haven, you get a 2nd and 6, a manageable 2nd and 6, and now you continue. It should be a base. I mean, the refs look like they're talking longer than we thought.
Well, they're talking because right before the motion of the center, which of all people should never commit a false start.
I know. You would think.
You would think, but as he made the false start, they will eventually call it to North Haven. So there was motion with the Creed defensive lineman as well, as maybe they were going to call, like, you know, how they say the defense can't force the offense to false start.
Mm-hmm.
So that's encroachment.
We should have started jotting down how many flags have been thrown in this game. North Haven's had a lot
I've
of flags.
lost count.
North Haven's had a lot of flags in this game. And these are all fixable issues. And I know Coach Agnella would not be a happy camper about this.
Orth piles through. He's got the 1st down to the 40, 35, 30. No one's going to catch him. What a run by Zach Orth for the touchdown.
Put that man on SportsCenter top 10 for that run. That was a beast of a run, breaking the tackle. Like Marky Montano, the vision, the patience, but that is the bruiser right there as well. And you saw the breakaway speed as well. There was not a defender in sight. And this, I mean, what else do we have to say? North Haven's running game is back. Their running game is there, and it's not going away. So for all the people, all the teams that have to play North Haven come future, deal with this power running game because it is back, and it's looking locked and loaded and ready to go.
The extra point is good. So with that, North Haven tacks on to their lead. They now lead 35-7 as we are getting closer to halftime here on Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop. And North Haven Funeral Home. Zach Orth with his third touchdown run, the longest run of the night, over 50 yards there, gives North Haven a 35-7 lead. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys for Thursday Night Football on NHTV. Of course, the game being on Thursday instead of Friday because of the observance of Yom Kippur. And another kick out of bounds on the kickoff.
That's the second time in this game.
That's the second time tonight, and I believe the third time that we've seen it here at Mike Vanacore Field this year.
These are, like I said, fixable issues. You know that Coach Zagnella and Coach Walkovich, who is a special teams coach, they got to start figuring this out right now. This is 2 of these kicks going out of bounds. That's a problem. But back to Zach Orth. Zach Orth and Mark Montano have 5 total touchdowns. You would think it's the Mark Montano-Zach Orth show. Yes, they're doing their job. But it's a team effort, though, right now. The defensive line's dominant. The offensive line, they are punching Creed in the mouth, and Creed hasn't been able to respond to it. And even Devin Brockemer, Seamus Meehan, defensively, Vincent De Palma, they are doing tremendously. Even the special teams, other than the kickings out of the bounds, the only thing that needs to be fixed right now is these penalties right now. But other than that, it's more than just the Montano and Orr show right now. Even though they got 5 touchdowns, they're responsible for 5 of the touchdowns. It's the whole team right now that's looked quite impressive so far.
So out of the kickoff where the clock has stopped, Creed has called their first timeout. So while they take a time,
their second, I thought. Or
no, excuse me, their second timeout. That's their second timeout. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout here on Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
Creed calls a timeout out of the kickoff, which is an odd place to call a timeout, but Creed coming out of this one trailing 35-7 here as we get set to continue play just at the end of the second quarter here.
I understand why they called the timeout. Maybe they wanted to set the right formation. They didn't want to be scrambling around. I understand what they were doing. I know it's a little questionable, a little strange, but hey, maybe it works out for them.
The first down carry goes shy of the 40-yard line, so about 4.5 yards there, as Rashad Jackson, who has the lone touchdown for Creed, gets about 4.5 on first down.
And they're still, you know what, you got to give Creed credit. They're down right now, but they're continuing to grind. They're continuing to do everything they can to stay in this game, and you got to give credit right now to this offensive line of Creed as well. I mean, the defensive line in North Haven has been dominating, but Creed has been standing its ground at times, the past couple drives specifically, and you're seeing that they are getting some success with the running game as well.
2nd and 5. Jackson. Wyatt Jackson drops back, throws, and the pass is complete cross midfield. And just like that, it's a first down as we get the change move and the clock continues to run.
Well, that's a great play right there, Wyatt Jackson. When you got time, when your quarterback has time, that's what's going to happen. He'll have all day, and he had all day. That's why North Haven has to continue to bring more than 3 rushers right now. They run that 3-5-3, right, or 3-4-3. And sometimes you got to bring more blitzes, and that's where you're seeing Wyatt Jackson have enough time in the pocket to deliver the throw and a great catch as well by the receiver. So it looks like Creed, as I just said, the effort's there. They're grinding. They're trying to do everything they can, and you're seeing it right now so far.
Jackson drops back. The throw incomplete. The clock stops there.
Miscommunication with the receiver. Looked like he was running a fly route, as I believe, just a miscommunication purely on Wyatt Jackson and his receiver right there.
Down at 10 with the ball at the 49-yard line. Still some communication behind the line of scrimmage here. And now we have our wide receiver set. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. There's a snap. Pass complete. Getting around a couple tacklers and then drop just shy of the 40-yard line and the first down marker. Catching that pass there, Stephon McNeil.
I like the play right there. It's a great ball. It's a nice receiver screen right there. Get your players into space right there. Use their speed. And that's what they did right there. A great job right there. In North Haven, past 2 drives, Creed's been driving on this defense right now. Looks like Creed is starting to get the upper hands on this defense right now of the Indians.
So it's 3rd and 3 with just under a minute and a half to go. There's the snap. Handoff to number 11, Rashad Jackson. He's got the first down and crosses the 40-yard line. The clock will stop as they move the chains.
That's just a hard-nosed run right there. Oh, look at the beautiful dog. Look at the beautiful dog. It's a beautiful dog. But no, great hard-nosed run by Rashad Jackson. I mean, I'm very impressed with this Creed team right now. I know they're down 4 scores, but they continue to grind. They continue to chip away, and they continue to just get as many yards and positive yards as well. And you're seeing that right now with the past 2 drives.
Pressure under there, and Zach Orth is there for the sack.
And didn't I just say about 2 previous plays ago, the North Haven Indians need to start bringing more blitzes right there? And what do? They bring Zach Orth right now off the line with the linebacker blitz. And it's a great call by Coach Filardi. When you bring the blitz with any team, any quarterback will be uncomfortable and under duress, and that's what happens. Good things usually happen when you bring the blitz, and that's what just happened. So a great play call by the Indians, and an unfortunate play for Creed.
So now it will be 2nd and long after the sack by Zach Orth with 47 seconds to go. There is a timeout called, but I'm not sure who called it. I believe Creed did call the timeout with 47 seconds to go. And don't forget, we will have our keys to the second half here as we get set for the 3rd quarter. At the conclusion of this one here, 35-7 is the score right now. It was officially Creed calling their 3rd and final timeout. So hopefully Creed can get into this game with a touchdown before the quarter and the half is out. Trevor, a great start here for North Haven, though.
Oh, yeah, offensively, defensively, they've been dominant so far throughout this game. The trenches, they've been dominant in the trenches, and the run game has been too much to handle for Creed right now. But Creed, past couple drives, been looking very successful right now. This will be a huge confidence booster going into the half with a score.
Wyatt Jackson, pass complete to Dixie. He's got the first down, diving for extra yardage, and the clock will stop as the chain moves with 38 seconds to go.
Great job by Wyatt Jackson getting the quick delivery throw. Saw the blitz, stayed comfortable in the pocket. You saw the blitz once again, same play call, seemed like, but got the ball off quick, got it to one of his great weapons in Kareem Dixon with the little out route, and it's a first down for Creed right now. So, like I just said, the previous 2 drives, Creed's looked impressive offensively right now, and the North Haven defense needs to start figuring out the kinks right now because this is not the defense we saw in the first half as well.
Wyatt Jackson.
First quarter, I meant, sorry.
Wyatt Jackson spiked the ball to stop the clock on first down, so it will be 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers on both sides of the ball. Rashad Jackson to the right side of Wyatt Jackson. Wyatt Jackson drops back, looks to throw. The pass incomplete, intended for Dixon.
Looks like North Haven once again brought the outside backer blitz right there. And Wyatt Jackson once again getting the quick delivery off just a little inside, too far inside to his weapon, Kareem Dixon. Had him open again. I think it was very similar to the previous play. Had him open, just a missed opportunity right there on Creed.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Creed as they try to get into the end zone one last time before the half. And Creed will get the ball back. So if they could score here and then score on their first possession back, this is a game again.
This is a whole different ball game if that happens, my friend.
Jackson, drop back. He's hit as he's throwing, but he held onto the ball. He's able to run to the 20 and steps out of bounds shy of the 15-yard line and the first down marker. I mean, that was impressive that Wyatt Jackson was able to hold on to the ball as it looks like he's about to throw and get hit simultaneously, holds onto the ball, runs for about 8 yards, and it's 4th and 2, maybe 3.
I mean, right there, that's just a great effort play right there. They saw the blitz coming. Number 13, I believe, who was the blitzer, coming off the edge right there. Looked like he had them stuffed in the backfield, but just a great effort on Wyatt Jackson's part. If I had to pick another player other than Zach Orth and Mark Montana for players of the game, Wyatt Jackson would get my vote. He's playing a heck of a first half so far for Creed and trying to keep his team in this game as long as they can, and he's doing it all for him right now.
Creed does get the first down after a carry by Rashad Jackson. The clock will continue as soon as
It looks like there might be a measurement.
We'll see.
It was
if there
close.
is.
It was a close call.
Are they going to bring the chains in? Yes, it looks like they will.
It looked very close right there. Great job on the North Haven defensive line right there of stopping. I mean, that was one of the few successful plays on the defensive line for North Haven in the past 2 drives, I would have to say. But it's a close call. I don't know. It looked like he might have just got that.
Oh, this is close. This is close. He's there. He's got the first down by just the nose of the ball.
Can you get any closer? Oh my goodness. That was right. It looked literally identical with the marker.
Wow, that was basically kissing the first down marker with the ball there. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
That's a huge break for Creed.
19 seconds to go here, so they have time to make a couple plays. They have no timeouts left, so they're going to have to do this with the air attack instead of on the ground. Jackson drops back. Blitz coming. Gets around the defender. To the 10. To the 5. Touchdown, Creed! What a run by Wyatt Jackson!
I mean, what else do you want me to say about this kid's effort tonight? This kid has been doing everything he can. The little man has been doing everything he can to keep his team in this game, and that's just a great overall effort. Didn't see anybody open. Smart decision-making again on Wyatt Jackson. He's been doing it throughout this night. Great smart decision-making. Keeps the ball, and just there's a hard-nosed run right there from Wyatt Jackson. And right now, looks like Creed, down only 3 scores, gets the ball back in the third quarter. Maybe makes this a ball game.
So Creed does score before the half ends. They trail, though, 35-14. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
$35-14, a nice touchdown run, 15 yards out by Wyatt Jackson. Gets Creed somewhat closer to this game. They will get the ball back at the end, or the start of the second half. As we get close to the end of the first half here, the kickoff will be returned with 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And they'll be able to maybe get a playoff. We got a flag just to end the first half. We do have a penalty.
Yeah, got to keep it going. No, but Michael, you were saying during the break, me and you were just talking, and you were telling me how you were so impressed with that run by Wyatt Jackson. You were very...
Yeah, I mean, that was a great run.
Absolutely. And guess what? I mean, look at this. You got to end it on the right note, right? I mean, you got to stay hot. And that's what the refs are doing. They're staying hot with these flags. It's like a hot potato. Just bam, throw them out.
Let's see what the penalty is. It could cause an untimed play. It's a personal foul against Creed. So there will be one untimed play here, as it would have ended the first half. Now, North Haven could take a knee or they could take a shot. Let's see what happens, but it looks like they're going to take the knee.
I would just you're up 30, you're up 3 scores right now. You've been dominating this game so far. Get the players in the half, make the adjustments, the correct adjustments going into the second half. There's no need to go do anything crazy right now, fancy. Just get to half. You're up, you're leading, you're dominating. Make the adjustments at the third quarter for second half.
The ball will be placed at Creed's 44-yard line. So if they do want to take a shot at this, it's not that far of a throw. Man in motion, handoff, direct snap to Montano. Gets between the tackles, breaks a tackle. He gets the first down, but he needs a lot more yards to get to the end zone. So that will end the first half. A very impressive first half here for North Haven. They lead this one 35-14.
I mean, that run right there just kind of signified the first half. Another 9-10-yard carry. The run game has been so difficult for this Creed defense to stop and handle. And you just see it's overpowering them and overmatching them so far throughout this first half.
So we'll take a break here, talk a little bit about the first half, and then we'll get set for the second half of play. Right now, 35-14 North Haven leads. You're watching a special edition of Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
At the half, it's 35-14. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. And we just finished that second quarter with a big drive by Creed, scoring that touchdown last minute. They get the ball here to start the second half. What are they going to do on that first drive to get back into this game?
Well, they looked impressive, I would think. They didn't start off the way they wanted to. North Haven's been dominating throughout this game so far. Throughout the first half, I would have to say that North Haven's been completely dominant inside the trenches. And you can just see by the running game. Zach Orth and Mark Montano have all 5 touchdowns. But you would think people will probably be like, oh, well, it's a Zach Orth, Mark Montano show. It really isn't. I mean, they're being huge tonight, but it's a whole team effort as a whole. The defensive line's dominating. The offensive line is dominating. The special teams is playing a huge part too. And even the coaching. Everything is there. Cut down on the penalties because they still, I mean, let's be honest, this is the most flags I've ever seen in a game. They've been throwing flags left and right. It's flag day. But still, they're doing everything correct. And they continue to feed the ball to Zach Orth, Mark Montano, and Devin Brockmer's been having a nice game. Like I said in the pregame, he's going to be a huge player, especially with the absence of Corbin McCord, and you're seeing it right now just based off of the score.
Now, Kareem Dixon has been awfully silent tonight, but Wyatt Jackson has had his moments. What are they going to do in this second half for Creed's sake to get Kareem Dixon involved?
That's tough because you come in and you think, well, this kid can do it all for them. And they've done a great job, and I said you only can try to contain him. And they haven't just contained him, they've shut him down. I mean, he's got a couple catches here and there, but he's been very silent throughout this game. It's Wyatt Jackson's emergence of being Creed's top player, running the football. There's a couple plays in this game that can be put on SportsCenter or something. He was literally 5 or 6 yards back, sacked in the backfield, and then he's making it into like a 7-yard, 8-yard run. It's like, wow, this guy has been putting on a show. Even though they're down 35-14, they just scored to make it a 3-score game. But then you get the ball back, and Wyatt Jackson's presence, you got to get Kareem Dix continue the ball because you always don't want to take the ball out of your best player's hands. But Wyatt Jackson, keep doing what you're doing. You get the ball here, you score here. We might have a different outcome. It could be a different game come in the second half.
Creed starts the second half with the ball. We'll be right back with the start of the second half on a Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
and North Haven Funeral Home.
We get set for the second half. North Haven will kick to Creed as Creed deferred on the coin toss, trailing right now 35-14. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. Now, Trevor, we already talked about it on the little halftime break, but if North Haven continues the running game, this one is going to stay a one-sided matchup for North Haven.
Yeah, it looks like if Creed can't have any, if they didn't make any adjustments, they need to do everything that in their rightful mind to just kind of minimizing it. Before I would look at this crazy play.
Dixon is playing like he was on the Little Giants there. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Yeah. No, but that's just a great effort. He just didn't go down. Got to tackle. You got to tackle a player of his stature. I mean, he's fast. He's elusive. You got to try to tackle these fast players. But yeah, the first half, I was so impressed by North Haven overall. Creed has to do something. You're not going to be able to stop them, but you have to do everything in your rightful mind to kind of minimize the rushing attack. And if not, then it's going to be another long second half for Creed.
1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. So Creed not starting off here the way they hoped. They have to go 90 yards to make this a 2-touchdown game. Ball is on the ground. Dixon does get it, hurdles over a player, breaks through another tackle, is carrying about 3 Indians there to the 15-yard line. So what looked like...
Did you see that?
Wait a minute.
Marky Montano...
How did Mark Montano get the ball?
He came out with the ball. That was just and there's 2 flags to add insult to injury right now. There's 2 flags on it to start the third quarter. Talk about a crazy play.
I really hope they're not calling a penalty for hurtling.
No. Probably could be. No, but that was a heck of a play right there. What, he just went Ezekiel Elliott right there.
That was really impressive that he picked up the ball on a fumble, broke a couple tackles, hurdled the guy, carried about 3 guys.
And then Mark Montano
somehow gets the ball. So
and don't forget about the flag.
And then we have 2 flags. I'm not sure if they're for the same penalty or different penalties. It's a flag against Creed for a personal foul against Creed. And what is the outcome of this? Creed will stay with the ball, so I guess the ball was loose after Dixon
They might have blown the whistle, maybe, because it didn't look like he was on the ground. That's why I'm a little confused. Maybe they blew the whistle. Maybe it was just forward progress that they stopped the play, I guess.
So a personal foul against Creed makes it half the distance to the goal line.
What a start to the second half, huh?
A very interesting start here. Man in motion. There's a snap to Jackson. Jackson looks to throw. He's in the end zone. He's got time to throw. Throw in the middle is complete to the 30, 35. He's dropped right there. Nice play by Wyatt Jackson, stepping up into the pocket, throwing it to Stephon McNeil, and it's a 30-yard pass for the first down.
I mean, Michael, he could have got a chair and I'm trying to just think of the words. Could have got a towel and all that stuff for all the time he had. He could have had a furlong tan if he wanted to. He had all day in the backfield to make that throw, and right in the middle of the field, one of his favorite weapons, and that's just a great play. And forget about the penalty. The penalty's history now with a huge play and a great start for Creed, the start they want to see right now.
Jackson takes the ball himself, gets to the 40, and then dives into the 42-yard line. So with 10:57 to go here as the clock continues to run in the third quarter. Creed starting to get some momentum here early on.
And North Haven has to do a better job. Every time these zone reads are happening, you see Wyatt Jackson keeping it because these defensive ends are continuously pursuing down the line, going too far, and Wyatt Jackson's picking them apart. Don't let Wyatt Jackson beat you. Let the running backs and everybody else try to beat you right now because Wyatt Jackson's picking you apart, and the decision-making on his part has been excellent so far in the first half and in the second half. It's the start of the second half, so you got to keep an eye on where 10 goes.
Another flag on the play brings this back 5 yards for illegal procedure against Creed. So instead of 2nd and 3, it's now 2nd and 8. And that's a huge penalty there for Creed, as they were just getting the momentum, and that could kill it a little bit there with the penalty. So now 2nd and 8, trailing 35-14. Jackson takes it himself, stuffed at the line of scrimmage there. Nice job by the defensive line of the North Haven Indians.
And that's what you want to see. Let him, if he wants to do that, if he wants to keep the ball, then let him. But don't fall for it. Let him, if that was a great job of staying at home right there. No other decision for Wyatt Jackson, but to keep the ball, the RPO. That's what I like to call it too. With certain plays like that, have you ever heard of the RPO?
Run pass option.
Okay, good. You're good. I knew you. You're a smart boy, right?
I try.
Even though you're older than me, but no, still, it's Wyatt Jackson. He's trying to do everything he's trying to do everything he can to keep Creed in this game, and it looks like they're taking a timeout.
Creed taking a timeout with a little over 9.5 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout too. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
Coming out of the timeout, a little over 9.5 to go in the third quarter as Creed trails 35-14 at Mike Vanacore Field. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys for a Thursday night edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Of course, the Thursday night game happening tonight because of Yom Kippur happening on a Friday this year. 3rd and 7. Snap goes to Jackson. Jackson breaks a sack. Trying to get some yards. He does to the midfield. And he gets the first down again. Wyatt Jackson doing it with his feet.
My goodness, what a player this kid is. He's been doing it all tonight for Creed right now. I mean, it looked like North Haven once again had Creed or Wyatt Jackson in the backfield. And once again, Wyatt Jackson somehow gets away from the pressure and somehow gets a big first down for Creed. His legs have been the difference in these past couple drives for Creed. It's not even his arm, it's the running ability of Wyatt Jackson. And North Haven doesn't have the answers right now to stop number 10.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. There's the snap, handoff, goes nowhere. Another great stop by the defensive line of the Indians. First man on that one, number 33, Zach Orth. And we do have a player down, but quickly getting up there is Vincent DePalma, number 43, who is having a pretty good game defensively.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. I mean, he's been pressuring Wyatt Jackson. He's been really dominating the the right tackle. And he's doing a heck of a job so far. You got to give credit. I mean, this is an all-around effort of the North Haven Indians right now. It's not just the offensive rushing attack. It's the defensive line. It's been a solid game, actually. A better game than I think most people expected. And you got to give Creed credit to that.
Pass intercepted right there. So just like that, Creed loses the ball. The catch is made by Alex Jaburo, and no flags on the play. So North Haven will get the ball back and shutting down what would have been a great drive to start this second half for Creed.
What's wrong? Every time I say something good about Creed, something happens. A penalty or a fumble or a pick, and that's what just happened. And that's unfortunate because Creed was going down. They had a lot of momentum right now, and they had things going. They had some things to look up that be positive about and happy about, and it's just right there. It's a shame to see that just because you wanted to see a good game. You want to continue to see a good game.
And another flag on the play.
Hey, what's the over on? I know the over under is right now there's 49, but what's the over under for flags in this game? I think the over.
I don't think they
I
make
would've
a.
take-
I
I
don't
would've
think they
taken the
take.
over.
I don't think they make a bet for that.
I would have taken the over in this game.
A lot of penalties called on both teams.
Michael, that's an understatement.
I know it is. So with that penalty, North Haven goes back 5 yards. They start this one 1st and 15 from the 29-yard line. 8:34 to go. Orth hands it off to Brockamer. Goes to the far side, gets to the original line of scrimmage, and dropped at the 36-yard line.
Like I said, Devin Brockamer, a tough, hard-nosed runner, and you see that. They're always a good thing. You always know the difference between a good back and a great back. A good back goes this way, goes backwards. Great back always goes forward and gets as many yards. No matter if he hits, if he's getting stuff, he's going forward and is getting as much yard as he can. Always going. And guess what? That's what you've seen from Devin Brockamer. You've seen it from Zach Orth tonight, and you've seen it from Mark Montano. So the three-headed monster tonight has been so hard for Creed to handle right now, and you could see by the score, and you could see by the domination of this game.
I think North Haven was trying to call a timeout, and the officials are telling them to get back onto the field and let this play resume. That was weird.
A ref telling them to get back on the field? If they want to call a timeout, they call a timeout. What's going on here? Oh, it looks like Creed took a timeout.
I don't know what happened, but Zach Orth takes the ball, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker. I think he's a couple inches short, depending on where they eventually place the ball. And we have a player down for Creed. That's number 21, Thelbert Moy, who's had a couple of yards on the offensive side of the ball there, and it doesn't look good right now.
Looks like a back injury.
Lower back injury from what I'm seeing here.
Those are not fun. Just looking at that hurts me. I hate back injuries. I think back injuries stink. Waking up in the morning, sometimes when you sleep wrong and you wake up with a pinched nerve, it ain't a good feeling. So I feel for the kid.
We'll take a timeout as... Actually, no, we'll stay here. It looks like he'll be able to get up on the field and walk off. So could just be a stinger on the lower back, but we'll see if he comes back after a couple plays on the bench there. So Thelbert Moy actually looks like he'll be okay. He'll be staying on the field.
Well, that's good because Creed doesn't have the amount of players as well. They all, how many? What do they have? 25 players?
I believe it's 23 they have listed here on the roster that I have.
So they need all the bodies they can, and anybody that goes down, it's the next man up. But they need every man. They need everybody.
They just have enough to field both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they do.
Montano gets a direct snap, goes up the gut to the 50, 45, still on his feet, and he's dropped at the 41-yard line, and this running game is looking much better than what we saw 3 weeks ago against West Haven.
They keep pushing forward. They keep going in the right direction, but that was supposed to go outside. If you really looked at that from the start, Mark Montano, that was supposed to be a 9-hole play right there, but great job of seeing the 9-hole not there. It wasn't blocked well. Creed doing a great job of that, but that's just like I said, the vision and the patience of Mark Montano, and you saw with a big run right there.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Orth, direct snap. Handoff there to Shaburo. Gets to the 35-yard line, so a gain of 8 or 9 there.
Yeah, they're just starting to – I mean, this is the great thing about defensively and offensively for the North Haven Indians. They have a lot of bodies they could put in, and they could switch on and off, whereas Creed, they really can't because they are so low in numbers with players. That's where North Haven could really take control of this game, and you're seeing that the wear and tear is really starting to come into effect for Creed right now.
2nd and manageable here. Motion before the snap, and their flag will be called there as encroachment definitely was there for Creed.
Yeah, you could see when kind of like that you just start to see the effort start to come in. You see that they're starting to get tired right now. North Haven is just really, as you can see, most of those players right now have their hands on their waist. You never want to show sign of a weakness, and that is one of the ultimate signs of weakness. When you're showing your hands are on your side, you are tired, and North Haven is doing exactly what they do best. Run the football, smash mouth football, tire their teams out, their opponents, and that's what they're doing tonight.
So with that, the ball gets to the first down marker and moves the chain. So it's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Orth gets a direct snap. Wide open hole there to the 20. First down and eventually pushed at the 15-yard line. A nice run by Zach Orth, moving the chains, getting closer to breaking this one wide open.
Oh, yeah. It's continuous. That 5-hole play that they've had the most success throughout both of these home games that we've seen. It's had the greatest impact on their offense and the greatest success for this offense, and they continue to run it, and they continue to get big chunks of yards so far.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Mark Montano behind center. Man in motion. Montano fakes the handoff. Up the gut to the 10. Dropped at the 8-yard line. So again, it's really that, as you call it, the A-gap, right to the center and the guard, right between the center and the guard, that Zach Orth has had success tonight. Mark Montano has had success tonight. And, I mean, there's really no reason to do anything other than that because it's working for North Haven tonight.
Exactly. You kind of seen less and less of the running the edges because they haven't, outside the tackle box, they haven't had great success. And they're going to stick to what's working best. And that's what's working best, running in between the A-gap. And they're going to continue it. And if you can't stop them, then, hey, they're going to continue running down your throat.
Brockemer goes through the end zone for the touchdown again through that gap that we've been talking about all night, making this one now a 41-14 game.
And it's such a great play call on Coach Agnello's part just because they've been continuing to run in the A-gaps. They're tiring this team out, and they catch them with the misdirection right now. And that is a beautiful thing to see from North Haven. When this run game is going, North Haven is, when they have success with their run game, most likely North Haven is winning their football games. And you're seeing that tonight being displayed by the Indians team as a whole.
Extra point was good, so it's now 42-14. Just about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. You're watching a very special edition of Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
Touchdown from Devin Brockemer makes this 42-14. Past the midway point of the third quarter, Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. This one will be returned by Creed to the 30, and that's about all they get. A nice return there by number 6, Tim Fields. So Creed, if they want to get back into this game, they're going to have to score at every single drive from here on out. But that defensive line tonight for North Haven is really good.
Well, that's the thing. They got to score, but they also got to stop North Haven. And they haven't shown any sign of stopping them anytime soon. The only thing that's stopping them is North Haven with the penalties, and that's what's killing North Haven. This game could be really a lot more of a blowout right now. It could really be like another 2 touchdowns possibly. It's just North Haven's been shooting themselves in the foot. But Creed has been playing well the past couple drives with their offense.
Dixon gets the handoff. Ball is loose. Diving on that one is North Haven, and picking it up is number 21, Jack Corniello. So North Haven, just like that, shutting down the Creed offense in one play with a fumble recovery by Corniello. And I think this one is all she wrote. This one is going to be a North Haven victory. But
it's looking like it.
It's looking that way, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Not over to the fat lady sings. But still, no. Kareem Dixon, hey, all great player. Keep your head up. You're still a great football player, my man. Trust me, I know. Dad told me about your father. You were a great football player. Your father was a great football. Keep your head up. Everybody has bad football games. Great players have bad games. It's one game. Keep your head up and keep playing throughout this rest of the game.
1st and 10, just under 5 minutes ago. Zach Orth behind center. It actually goes to Mark Montano. And this one, a nice play there by number 1, Nicholas May, the senior captain, doing a good job and breaking off the blockers there.
Correct. That wasn't Mark Montano with the run. That was number 4. I wanted to let you know.
Oh, that was number 4. My apologies. That was Brandon Ziax.
Oh, I know who that is.
I hope so.
Yeah, Bobby Ziax.
Ziax.
Yeah, but like I just said, they run outside the tackle box and they don't get anything. They continue to have their greatest success in between the A gap, and I don't know why they continue to get away from that. I know they're trying to do stuff differently, but it hasn't worked.
Zach Orth to the 30-yard line on 2nd and 10.
And what do? They go back to the A gap, and what do? They get 5 to 6 yards, 7 yards a carry, and that's what they're going to continue to do. That's what they should be doing for the rest of this game here on out, because you can't run against a team that has speed on the edges. You're not going to be able to outrun them. That's the thing. Beat them inside. Beat them where they're uncomfortable. And that's where you've seen throughout this game that Creed just has no answer for this North Haven rushing attack, specifically in between the guards.
3rd and 3. Snap to Orth. Handoff to Montano. Does he have the first down? His feet are moving. He's got the first down. Look at that. He gets it to the 25-yard line, and the clock will continue to run.
I mean, every runner on this North Haven team so far throughout this game continues to grind and continues to push forward. Even if they're stopped, they are still moving their feet. You always have to do that as a football player. Continue to move your feet. Even if you're wrapped and you feel like you're going down, continue to move your feet, because you never know what happens.
So
you never know.
It will be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line after the impressive run by Mark Montano. Zach Orth behind center. Next to him is Ziax. Orth has a hole, goes through it, gets to the 15-yard line, short of the first down. So yet another good run there by North Haven. That one there not going into the A gap. That one actually going on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably a combination of maybe trying to run in the A gap, but a great job by Zach Orth of bouncing it outside, seeing the hole right there, and being the great back that he is, finding the hole and getting another first down or close to a first down. And that's just more and more 5 to 6, 7 yards a carry right now, and you continue to see North Haven just wear and tear on Creed right now.
Orth up the gut, gets to the 6-yard line, another first down for North Haven, and it's going to be 1st and goal, looking to tack onto this lead, making it a 49-14 game.
Give this man an ice bath. I mean, yeah, the score is 42-14, but this has been a hard-fought game. These runs are tough runs by Zach Orth. He is taking a beating, but he is also bringing the pain as well. So get this man an ice bath, because he probably will be having some bruises after this game, because this has been a tough, hard-nosed game. Even though the score says differently, I've looked at it so far, and I've seen a hard-fought game with these tackles as well.
Brockheimer in the end zone for a touchdown, his 2nd of the night. And just like that, it's 48-14.
Well, their 3-headed monster tonight is responsible for all of their touchdowns. Zach Orth has 3, Montano has 2, and now Devin Brockheimer adds to the list 2 touchdowns as well. That's just a great run. I mean, what else do we have to say? It's been so successful tonight. The running attack of the North Haven, the passing game. Michael, I don't even think they have a pass. I mean, they probably have like 5 or 10 yards passing, not even. I'm being serious. It's been a dominant performance within the rushing attack.
Yes, it has, and the extra point was good. So with 1:36 to go in the 3rd quarter, North Haven leads 49-14. You're watching North Haven High School football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
We get set for kickoff here, 49-14, 1:36 to go in the third quarter after the Devin Brockenberg touchdown run from 6 yards out. Dixon has to pick this one up. He touches in the end zone, and the ball is called dead as Dixon did touch it in the end zone, which makes it an automatic touchback, but he never picked the ball up. So
this has been a very strange game, Michael, with the penalties and the fumbles, the two fumbles also, and yeah, Kareem Dixon's run earlier in this half when he hurdled the guy,
right.
And then Montano came with the ball, and then earlier in the game with the fumble where North Haven had a touchdown in hand to make it 21-0, and then he fumbles. It's just been a very strange game tonight.
Yes, it has. And
Thursday Night Football, I guess, right?
Yes, I guess the high school difference between high school and the college and pros when it comes to kickoff returns and touchbacks, they don't necessarily have to take a knee. They could just touch the ball in the end zone, and it's automatically a touchback as Wyatt Jackson gets around the corner to the 40, 45, 50, and he's brought down just ahead of the 45-yard line. A great run there by Wyatt Jackson.
What else do you have to say about this kid's effort tonight? He's just doing it all for this Creed team right now. I mean, that's just keeping the ball right there with your basic zone read play, keeping it, making a smart decision, and getting a huge run right there. So just a great all-around effort by Wyatt Jackson. I know they might not come out on top of this game, but the coaching staff should feel very confident about having a player of Wyatt Jackson's talent.
They have about one more play left in this third quarter. Jackson will hand it off to Dixon, and he stopped right there. A bunch of tribe members there. First one on there, number 44, Vincent Campanolo, and number 4, Brendan Ziax there to stop Dixon, and that will be the end of the third quarter with North Haven leading this one 49-14. Do we have a flag? Oh, do we have a flag, or are they just marking the ball? They are just marking the ball. I thought I saw a flag.
I thought we were going to see another flag, right?
I know, so many flags in this game. So we'll take a break here. You're watching North Haven High School football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
We get set for the fourth quarter of action here. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys as North Haven leads 49-14. And the running game for the Indians, really the story of the night. They have all 7 touchdowns via the running game. 3 from Zach Orth, 2 from Mark Montano, and 2 from Devin Brockemer. And, I mean, while that is the headlining story tonight, the defense has done a terrific job. And also, the special teams doing a great job in setting field position on both sides of the ball.
I mean, look at the runs. When you see the runs of North Haven tonight, they're not 2 yards or 3 yards. They're 5, 6, 7, even the big ones. You can't say anything else, but these coaches had the right game plan coming into this game, and they didn't get with the big win last week against Chesire. It didn't faze them, and that's a huge thing because you play a team like Creed, and coming off a huge win, you never want to have an upset like this, especially with a win last week. So great job by the coaching, great job by the defense, offense and defensive lines, the rushing attack, and the special teams. All around, great performance from the North Haven Indians.
Rashad Jackson gets the carry here on second down. Gets a couple yards, almost hit behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and maybe 5 or a little less than that on 3rd down.
Hey, I mean, the score is 49-14, but this Creed team, these players, they're still playing. So North Haven has to keep it going. They can't just let up now. They got to keep going. They've been playing excellent so far throughout this game. They got to keep it going.
And Under pressure, Wyatt Jackson breaks a tackle, another tackle. Breaks one more tackle, still on his feet. He gets the first down. Are you kidding me? This Wyatt Jackson kid really being the only light thing or the good thing happening in Creed tonight.
My mouth is like wide open. I was like, wow. That run is incredible. And it just shows the all-around effort that Wyatt Jackson has performed tonight for this Creed team. He is trying to do everything in his power to make this just a great performance overall from Wyatt Jackson. He had at least, 5 or 6 defenders near him in the backfield and for turnovers on down, and somehow he manages to get a first down. Nothing but great effort. Bravo to this kid, Wyatt Jackson. He's had one heck of a game so far.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. And we have a stoppage of play.
Is it a flag? Uh-oh. It's a flag.
It's funny, like they're not even set yet and there's flags being thrown.
I didn't even see a flag come out.
I didn't either, but it's a 5-yard penalty against Creed, so something must have happened. So it's now 1st and 15.
Something's missing, Michael. Something's missing that we don't know.
Rashad Jackson gets it to the original line of scrimmage.
They're still fighting. This Creed team is still fighting. They are grinding. They are playing well than I thought they would be playing against North Haven. Maybe it's just North Haven's playing lackadaisical right now. You're up 5 scores. But Creed is continuing to run the football, and they're playing with great heart and effort. And that's all you can do right there, Michael, is applaud that.
So under 9 minutes to go, the clock will continue to run here at 2nd and officially 11. Handoff there as a couple of guys bump each other, getting to the line of scrimmage and maybe getting 1 yard on that. So it was Rashad Jackson bumping with Jonathan Anderson, who ended up with the ball there, a sophomore.
And you know what's funny? They've been calling flags all night, and I just watched that play specifically. And the Creed player was dragging the North Haven defensive lineman down to the ground, and they didn't call no flag. But they've been calling flags all throughout this night. What is going on here? There's just been confusion, and these refs, I don't know. Come on, man. Just give me a come on, man.
3rd and 9. Wyatt Jackson pass. Oh, nearly intercepted there by number 83, Matthew Beal. And it's going to be 4th down. Creed will have to go for it. They can't kick the field goal, and they can't punt it here, giving North Haven the ball. The clock will continue to run here. 7:51, now 7:50 to go. 4th and 9.
That's a tough throw. Wyatt Jackson did have time in the pocket right there. Great throw, stepping into the field. But here's the thing. You can't throw into tight coverage where there's a safety over the top, and you saw that right there. Safety should have made the play right there, but unfortunately, it's an incompletion on North Haven.
Flag down on the snap. The ball is short of the first down marker, but we'll see what the flag is.
Did you just say there's a flag?
There's a flag.
Oh, no way. I would have never guessed it.
I think it's going to be against Creed because the referee, who is behind the line of scrimmage, threw the flag as soon as the ball was snapped. And it's an illegal shift against
It's going to be declined anyway.
Creed, so that will be declined. North Haven will get the ball. And a turnover on downs for Creed.
So North Haven, I expect them, since it's a running clock in high school football, I expect them to just run the football and get out of here with a nice victory, to go to 3-1 and get ready for this big SEC challenge next week, going against the Gales of Shelton next week, at Shelton as well.
Shelton came in here last year as we did the game at Mike Vandercourt Field.
And exactly, that was one of the games where North Haven had the lead, and they ended up losing by 1, I believe. I think the final score was 28-27, and they missed the extra point to tie the game.
That's right. First down carry to the 35-yard line. I believe what happened was they missed the extra point early on in that game.
Was it in the earlier game?
Either that.
I thought it was a game-tying touchdown, and he missed the extra point. And they got the ball back, but they never capitalized on it. And
well, I know you can watch that game on NHTV.com. It's on their new
YouTube.
Vimeo page.
Or you could go to YouTube.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
we have it on YouTube as well.
Either YouTube or Vimeo. I know they've done one of those. So you can check out NHTV on all their shows on Vimeo, also on their YouTube pages. So 6 minutes to go here as the direct snap to Ziax is short of the first down.
And that's what I expect to see. The North Haven's second team will start to come in. We'll start to, hey, look at the guys right next to us. Hi, guys. How you
And
doing?
actually the guy in the middle there, that's Mark Montano's
Yes,
father.
That's Mr. Montano.
And, great
They didn't
guy.
wave back to us.
What's that?
They didn't wave back to us. I tried to say hi to them. They didn't say hi. They're paying attention to the game.
They're
I
not
under-
seeing us, Trevor.
No, I know.
3rd and 1. Clock continues to run as we have the running clock, and the ball hasn't gone out of bounds. So 5:12 now. Snap. They have the first down with forward progress being marked ahead of the first down marker. I think that even might be a generous spot from where they put that. But
I thought he was right. Yeah, I thought he was right on possibly the marker. I didn't think he got over completely. But, hey, we're not refs, so they made the decision. And we don't have instant replay and challenging and all that stuff. So
And not only that, they're on the same angle as the ball as we have a slight angle. We only have
True.
whatever A we're sitting or B
I mean,
where
I
the
have
camera is.
I have a better view of it because I'm more in the middle of the field. You're like kind of towards it. So it looked still close, but with that run, I expect North Haven to just run the clock out right now. It's a running clock no matter what happens, unless it's an incompletion, and we know North Haven is not going to pass the ball because they haven't passed all game. I think they had 2 or 3 passes in this whole game.
Direct snap. Gets to the 40-yard line. So maybe a gain of 1 on the play. That was Brendan Ziax.
And that's the thing. The North Haven Indians need to figure this out because the 2 games, like I keep saying, I can't stress it enough. The 2 games that we've seen against West Haven and Crete tonight, they have not been able to run outside the tackle box. And they continue to not show any signs of success with it. So if a team that with better competition and it's going to give you a tougher matchup and shuts down that A gap, then you have to have other options, and it's not working so far. And like I said, they got a big test coming up next week in an SEC foe in Shelton. So they really have to start establishing that run game outside the tackle boxes.
So the run there is actually a loss of a yard going back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run as it's 3rd down, just over 3 minutes to go in this game. And as we mentioned, next week's game is at Shelton High School. The next time we'll be on NHTV for our home game is on October 13th is the game.
Wait. Do you know it's Friday the 13th?
It is Friday the 13th.
Oh,
so
boy.
Scary things could happen there as Pomperod come in from Southbury.
Whoa, my game's on my birthday.
Your birthday's
November 10th. Prep comes into town, their last home game.
Oh, that's right. All right. So here we go. Nice run there.
Whoa.
Cross midfield to the 45.
That's
and
impressive.
another first down, moving the chains, and that could do it here at Mike Vandercourt Field.
That will definitely do it. That would possibly be one of the last runs of the game. I see from here on out a kneel, but then he actually injured himself on that play. But great run. It was the mixed direction counter again. That and the A-gap run, 5-hole, has been their bread and butter, and it's been their greatest success so far throughout the season. And I've been very pleased with this run game of North Haven because last year, they struggled last year in the run game, and we saw that. But this year, they look like the old North Haven, and that's a good feeling to have.
1st and 10. Ziax gets to the 40-yard line. Clock continues to run. Creed does have 2 timeouts, but with a score being 49-14.
I want to ask you, do you think we see another flag before this game's over?
I hope not. I really hope not.
I really wish we did count how many flags they were throwing in this game. Had to be at least like 20 or 30 flags.
We'll let our production assistants do that afterwards.
Absolutely.
Under 90 seconds to go. Ball at the 41-yard line. North Haven will move on to 3-1 on the season as they go against Shelton High School next week. Meehan gets the first down as he stopped ahead of the 35, maybe 34-yard line.
Look at Seamus Meehan. The majority of the times you've seen him, he's been out at the quarterback position, but a great run right there. I mean, what else do I have to say? All these rushers of North Haven, just bruisers. But there is the speed element of this team that's going to be a huge bonus to have come down the line when they're playing teams like Shelton and Prep and Xavier as well, which is going to help. But yes, very impressed by this North Haven team overall. All the runners been tough, hard-nosed runs all throughout the night so far.
30 seconds to go in the game.
Should be the last.
This should be the last play of the game. Direct snap goes to the 35-yard line. So Creed stops them at their tracks, but that's going to be the final play of this game. And North Haven, actually number 45, Max Augustine, limping there after getting carried.
That's not a fun way to end the game.
No.
You never want to see anybody get injured. But hey, North Haven's 3-1 now. Great effort. Creed, you got to give them credit. They played as hard as they could. They played a tough, hard-nosed game, but the rushing attack of the North Haven Indians was too much to handle. Great win by the North Haven Indians as a team, coaching, special teams, defense, and offense. Great job.
So once again, the final score, North Haven 49, Creed 14. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll give you the thoughts of our game here and also the thoughts of the next week and the week after that as they face Shelton High School on the road and Pomperog here on our next broadcast. We'll be right back. It's Thursday Night Football on NHTV.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full-service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.
It is a final score, 49-14. North Haven improves to 3-1. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys here at Mike Vanacore Field. And what an impressive running game. Devin Brockemer stepped up in the absence of Corbin Pecora, scoring 2 touchdowns there in the second half. Great momentum picker-upper to say for North Haven going into probably the harder part of their schedule coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I said in the pregame, I said in halftime, don't be surprised if Devin Brockemer is a difference maker in the game. And it was crazy because he scored 49 points, and it was all in the backfield. It was Zach Gorth with 3 touchdowns. He was a monster. Had over 250 yards rushing. That's awesome. I wish, as a running back that I did play before, that's an awesome feeling. Mark Montano, what else to know? He does his thing. He's one of the best players in the state. Having 2 touchdowns. And then Devin Brockemer, the emergence of Devin Brockemer. It's just another weapon, having 2 touchdowns. So those 3 guys were responsible for 7 touchdowns. But with the emergence of Devin Brockemer, you get Corbin Pecora back too next week against the Gales of Shelton. It's another weapon to the offense. And hey, this is a team that's starting to click, and it's starting to roll now. With the big win last week against Chesire, this team's starting to roll.
Now, you mentioned that they'll be facing Shelton. They'll be on the road for that game, and that's a big game. Last year, they came into Mike Vanacore Field, won by 1 point. So it was,
they lost by 1 point.
They lost by 1 point, so they had a missed extra point that was the difference maker in that game. Now, they don't necessarily have Sabrina Fronte kicking extra points there. So if it's going to be a close game like last year where extra points are going to matter, what does North Haven have to do to make it so that that the defense might have to step up here more than they did last year?
Well, I mean, I think this team is a lot better on paper than people are giving them. North Haven is very good. That win against Chesire last week, that ain't no easy feat. I mean, that was a number 4 team in the state. They're going to come into, I think, the favorite of this game. I think they come in, they're rolling right now. But yes, they lost by 1 last year, a heartbreaker. The kicking looks good. The field goal kicking has been doing actually really good this year. It looks good. I don't think that's a big issue. I think the defense, I saw times this game where they kind of got conservative, laid back, especially with a couple of drives in the second quarter where Creed went down and scored against a better competition. Because Creed, let's be honest, tough, hard-nosed kids, made it a game as best they could, but they're not Shelton. They only fielded 25 players. This team, it's not going to get you the job done. But a team against like an SEC division foe in Shelton, the defense has to continue to play throughout the whole game like they played in the first quarter, in the second quarter. Then you saw third quarter you saw them to start kind of being conservative. Not against a team like Shelton because it's a division foe. You want to go pedal to the metal, nails to, if you have a lead, if your offense is rolling like it's been rolling the past couple weeks, your defense has to do the job. But they did it last week against a Cheshire team who was number 4 in the team. They shut them down. So, hey, this North Haven team, Shelton has their hands full because this North Haven team is no joke. Don't take them lightly. The state of Connecticut is going to know North Haven, and they're back. The Indians are back after next week.
Now, next week, they will be on the road, so we will not be televising that game. But the next game we will be televising.
What day is that?
That will be Friday, October 13th against Pomperog, the team from
Friday the 13th?
Yes, I did.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be a lot of interesting things could happen that night. For Trevor Keys and everyone here at the North Haven television crew, my name is Michael Valenti saying so long from Mike Vanacore Field.
Friday Night Football on NHTV is brought to you through the support of Arnold's Jewelers.
Forget Me Not, full service flower shop.
And North Haven Funeral Home.